Hello, good morning, good evening, everyone. I am Ruchi Gupta, part of the product management team here at Kore.ai. Today, I will be covering our product Agent AI, which is a sub-product within our AI for Service product offering. So before I go into the Agent AI product itself, I thought it would be useful to share our product stack. We have three offerings at Core: AI for Service, which is the customer experience use case, AI for Process, and AI for Work. For this session, I'll be covering Agent AI, which is a sub-product within the AI for Service product offering. All the offerings sit on top of our core agent platform, which is a no-code, pro-code builder capabilities, such as multi-agent orchestration, search AI and data AI, observability, AI engineering tools, and of course, AI safety, security, compliance, and governance at scale. At the bottom layer, you see the infrastructure layer. Within the infrastructure layer, I'd like to highlight 2 points. We are model agnostic. What that means is we've taken, deterministic model as well as LLMs, open source, commercial, and fine-tuned it for a variety of use cases within the Agent AI. But we also allow customers to bring the model of their choice if they do need to do that. Same applies for speech models. We're also cloud and infra agnostic. What that means is you can run our products on-prem or on cloud. And within cloud, we provide flexibility, Azure, AWS, or Google Cloud. As to integration, we have pre-built integration with variety of data sources and business application. And we have pre-integrated with different channels, both voice and digital. So social, email, web chat, and variety of other channels. Now, before I go into the product itself, let's look at some of the current pain points. So where are the agents spending their time within the legacy system where they're not using AI or they're using minimal use of AI? Typically, when an end customer is talking to a human agent within a contact center customer experience environment, agents typically are searching for relevant information. 35% of the time, they're searching for relevant information so that they can help the end customer. 10% of the time, they're trying to reach out to subject matter expert within the enterprise so that they can better help the end customer. And about 15% of the time, they're either getting access to data from a data source or pushing data into a data source. And another 15% is spent on post-call work where they're taking notes, editing notes, putting the right disposition, and then saving that into a CRM. And only 25% of the time, they're really focused on the customer who's interacting with them. So if you look at this stack, there's a potential to automate 75% of this interaction by embedding AI so that agents can focus more on the end customer and help them versus doing this repetitive task. Now let's look at the current state of AI in customer service and where the value is being derived. Some agent assistance. Around agent assistant, 85% of the customer service reps using AI report that it saves them time and helps them focus on the end customer. When the queries are coming into to a live human agent, most of the times it has already gone through a virtual assistant treatment upfront. So a bot interaction, whether it's voice or digital. So most likely when it's reaching to a human agent, the query is complex or it requires subject matter expertise. And that's where using AI and embedding AI tools for the agent themselves. Sorry, I'll repeat this slide. Let's look at the current state of AI in customer service. 85% of the customer service reps using AI report it saves them time and it helps them focus on interacting with the end customer versus doing repetitive tasks. 66% of global customer service managers who are optimizing AI use generative AI to increase personalization, which is very important when customers have gone through a bot experience and now they are connected to a live human agent. And then 75% of businesses using AI feel their customer service has improved in the last 1 year. Agent AI is a product, natively built product at Core, where we have taken the goodness of AI to empower the human agent. And there are a variety of features that are readily available with Agent AI. Let's go through some of them one by one. The first being workflow automation, pre-built workflow automation, where you can create workflows for repetitive tasks such as password verification, authentication. The second is suggested next best responses. So as the interaction, voice or digital, that's occurring between the customer and human agent, based on the utterances, Agent AI is able to suggest the next best response, which the agent can simply take and send it to the end customer. Third, integration with our Search AI platform, wherein based on the interaction happening, the system is able to create a search response and present it to the customer during the live conversation. And not only that, it also links to the data source where the response is coming from, so that the agent, if they need to go and double check, they can click on that link and verify the response. Fourth, as the conversation is happening between the end customer and human agent, the system graphically indicates the real-time sentiment of that conversation. So the customer may come in with a negative sentiment, and as the human agent is helping the end customer, we can see the progression and the upward trend of the sentiment of the conversation. Fifth, real-time coaching. And this is where the system, Agent AI system, is able to provide real-time hints and nudges to the agent so that they can better help the end customer. 6, real-time playbooks and scripts. Very useful for onboarding newer agents, where you can divide your conversation based on start of the conversation, middle body of the conversation, and end of the conversation, and the system points the agent to follow a particular script. Last on this chart is auto-summarization of the conversation, the entire conversation, whether it's voice or digital. So once the conversation is completed, the system summarizes the conversation and presents it to the customer, to the agent. And the agent can simply take that summarization for their after-call work and hit submit and store it in the database of their choice, or they can modify it and store it. So it greatly reduces the average handle time of the conversation. Now, Agent AI works within our contact center AI, so our contact center platform, which we offer through Core. But Agent AI also integrates out of box with third-party systems such as CRMs, CCaaS systems, and ticketing system. For example, Core Agent AI integrates directly with Salesforce, ServiceNow, and a variety of other platforms. In addition to that, we also provide an Agent AI SDK. And what that does is it lets you embed Agent AI capabilities into a web-based desktop of your choice. So, for example, certain verticals, let's take an example of car dealership. They have a niche set of CRMs. And you can take Agent AI and embed Agent AI capabilities on those CRMs as well. Some of our customers are using this today. And the SDK also helps you pick and choose capabilities that are applicable for your business. So you can start small, you can start with summarization and grow to search and coaching and playbook based on your business needs. Now let's look at a demo of Agent AI. So I'm going to play a video of Agent AI, which shows the use case here is the end customer is calling in to understand the outstanding payment on their credit card and to establish a payment plan. And the agent will be using Agent Assist and Core CCAI to help the end customer.
In the agent console. Once the agent accepts the conversation, it becomes visible in the live interaction. Agent AI is
Here you can see the summary in the middle pane, and this is the summary of the bot or virtual assistant AI agent conversation with the end customer. On your right side is the Agent Assist pane, and on your left is the interaction which the agent is currently handling.
enabled on the right side of the screen. Agent AI has two different parts: Playbook, which is located at the top of the screen, and Assist, which is located at the bottom. Assist gives suggestions based on the current interaction. One of the greatest features is agent coaching, which we see enabled at this moment with the payment plan objection, guiding the agent to show compassion and empathy while finding a better alternative for the user. Once the alternative is found, it is sent, and the system waits for the user's confirmation to continue with the process. Confirmations such as form of payment, when they come directly from the products available in the bank, are necessary. This is what is happening right now. Once the confirmations are complete, we can send a subscription link in order to set up authorizations based on compliance requirements. The authorization link is accessible through the chat conversation. The user is able to schedule payments, make changes or updates if necessary, and then execute the request. Once the request is executed, the conversation continues normally. On the agent console, we'll be able to see the suggestions and close that part of the flow. Assist has other additional features, such as search, which allows us to find information. For example, how this will affect the user's credit within our knowledge base. This knowledge base can be powered by AI or by frequently asked questions and documents uploaded to the system. We can copy and paste the response from the system and send it to the user to fulfill their request. Besides search, we have the ability to run SOPs. SOPs allow us to provide different scripts, suggestions, surveys, anything that we need. In this case, we were able to ask how satisfied the user was with the support received, and we got back the response, "Very satisfied." As you can see, Assist still allows us to continue the conversation, set up confirmations, and provide anything else that may be needed. The user then receives the response from the agent. "Have a wonderful day." The agent can finish the interaction. Once the interaction is finished, we can select the disposition and instantly generate a summary of the whole conversation. The automation through every single part of the interaction with the agent, everything is summarized and ready to be saved into the system, which can be a CRM or a custom system. Also, the sentiment in this case went from negative to positive, guaranteeing that the user is satisfied by the end of the interaction.
Okay, this concludes our Agent AI demo. Agent AI is available for all channels supported on the system. That includes chat, voice, and email. And this is a configuration screen that shows that you can enable it based on the channel you'd like to leverage Agent AI for. Fairly recently, this summer, we have launched a new feature, which is Agent AI with Agent Copilot. And what this feature enables is that It lets you run end-to-end conversation with customer autonomously through AI agents running at the backend. The human agent in this case becomes more like a supervisor, and they can, sorry, I'll repeat this again. Okay. So fairly recently, this summer, 2025, we have introduced a new capability within the Agent AI, that is the Agent AI with Agent Copilot. This feature enables you to run end-to-end conversation with end customers autonomously with AI agents, with human agents being in the middle, acting as a supervisor. So human agent can run multiple conversation with the help of Agent Copilot, and they can override any messages that are being sent by the Copilot as and when needed. As you can see in this case, you can set up Agent Copilot in Copilot mode, or you can set it in override mode where human agents have full control. Let's quickly see a demo of Agent AI with Agent Copilot. So in this particular example of Agent AI with Agent Copilot, we'll see an example where the user is calling in to report, reaching out to report a fraudulent activity on their credit card, so that the agent can help them block that and remedy that. We'll see how the agent is using Agent Copilot at the backend.
Repetitive tasks. In this scenario, a customer is reporting fraudulent activity on their credit card. As the message is received, the Agent Copilot drafts and prepares a greeting response. Once drafted, messages can be automatically sent after a short delay, helping agents maintain quick response times. The green progress band around sending indicates the time left before the message is automatically sent. It transitions from green to yellow to red prior to the message being sent. The agent also has the option to terminate so they can maintain control over the conversation. If they notice inaccuracies or want to intervene, they can terminate auto-send with a single click, giving them the chance to update the message before sending. As the message is sent, the customer reports their card was stolen and used fraudulently. Agent Copilot drafts a calm, empathetic response, assuring the customer that their funds will be protected. Throughout the correspondence, agents can edit the Agent Copilot's responses. For instance, they might want to make the message more friendly or concise. The built-in rephrasing tool makes this easy. With a click, you can see the shorter response ready to send. If auto-send is terminated, agents are given a manual send button to review and confirm messages before sending. This gives them full control over what's shared with the customer. As the conversation continues, Agent Copilot collects required authentication details from the customer, like date of birth. If authentication fails due to an unrecognizable entry, for example, the customer birth date is not formatted properly, the agent can manually correct it or override auto-detected fields. This ensures proper data collection without slowing the flow of the conversation. As the conversation continues, personally identifiable information is redacted in real time, keeping sensitive data protected and agents in compliance without any extra effort. Agent Copilot confirms the customer's identity and communicates that the credit card has been frozen to prevent any further unauthorized transactions.
So after this demo, I'll be covering a few features, as I spoke about earlier, a little bit in further detail. Agent real-time coaching. In this feature, agents are prompted with the coaching and hints and nudges in real time as the conversation between the end customer and human agents is occurring, both for voice as well as digital interaction. The way it works is the coaching is triggered both on the utterances that are being said by the end customer or the agent, or based on speech parameters as well. So if there are, there is dead air, clutch words, speaking over the end customers, the coaching and the hints are surfaced to the agents. For example, let's say an end customer is reaching out and they're not happy with the price that is being offered to them for a particular product. And as they are conversing with the human agent, based on the interaction, the human agents could be presented with, offer this particular customer a discount based on the status of the customer and based on the live interaction that is happening. Another feature is the Agent AI playbook, wherein we offer AI-enabled static and dynamic checklist for streamlined operations. Let's divide. Typically, when an end customer is interacting with a human agent, you can divide the interaction in three parts. First is the opening part, the second is the body of the interaction, and the last one is the closing of the interaction. Let's take a use case where end customer is reaching out to and interacting with a human agent, and it's they're reporting an accident, so they're calling in to claim insurance for an accident. So the first part of the conversation, as part of the playbook, you can configure key asks as part of the playbook in terms of empathize with the end customer who's calling in, collect the right information in terms of policy, any pictures they may have about the insurance and accident. The second body of the conversation, you can talk about the coverage and other verification. And lastly, towards the end of the conversation, this particular feature is Agent AI Playbook, which is AI-enabled static and dynamic checklist for streamlined operation. This feature is very useful for onboarding newer agents or even adhering to compliance based on the enterprise use case. So in this example, I'm going to talk about an end user who is calling into an enterprise, and it's a use case around somebody is calling in to claim an accident insurance, to file an accident insurance claim. In the first part of the interaction, you can configure the playbook to analyze and authenticate the user, empathize with them, and collect the relevant information. The second portion, you can actually configure the playbook in a way where the agent is asking the right questions around policy coverage and verification. And lastly, the playbook can be configured to claim the filing and collect all the relevant data to submit the insurance claim filing. So this makes it very easy for the agents to follow each step so that they do not miss any key information as they are helping the end customer. Another feature as part of Agent AI is auto-summarization, which is very useful for after-call work because most of the times, as we spoke about earlier, about 15 to 20% of the time the agents are spending in after-call work where they're taking notes and then disposing the call and storing that notes into a particular CRM or database of their choice. In this case, Agent AI summarization capability summarizes the conversation, digital or voice, and presents it to the agent. The agent can use that summary as is, or they can modify it if needed, and click a button and store it in the system of record of their choice. We have already fine-tuned a model that comes in embedded with Agent AI for summarization, but we also allow customers, if they wish to choose a different GenAI or LLM for summarization, they can bring it in the platform as well. We also support intermittent summaries. So in the middle of the conversation, you can hit to generate summary. So that's supported as well. And lastly, I'd like to cover sentiment analysis. So as the conversation is happening between the end customer and the human agent, the system actually generates a graphical representation of the sentiment in real time. So if the customer is coming in for a use case around, claiming, reporting a fraud on their credit card, they may be coming in on a negative sentiment. And as the human agent is helping them, they're able to move the sentiment graph to a green level. We have already fine-tuned a model for sentiment analysis that comes along with Agent AI. But we also allow end customers to actually bring in their own fine-tuned models if they wish to do so. So that's supported. With that, This concludes the session on Agent AI. Thank you.